All right, YouTube, back in another video, and you see I'm already dirty, truck's in the air, and we got stuff ripped apart already. As you see in the title and thumbnail, we're putting a 4.5-inch BDS lift kit on the truck, and I'm gonna leave my keys, two-inch leveling keys in. So it should be a little bit taller in the front, and I'll put 3-inch blocks in the back to equal it out a little bit, but we already started getting work to it. I figured I'd just start tearing everything apart before we start the video, because this is not no tutorial, it's just me working on the whole thing. So we already got front diff out, everything torn apart on both sides. That needs to come apart for the most part, and we're at the point where we're gonna start putting stuff on. I already went through and cut off one piece you gotta cut off the back rear, or the front rear cross member. So I already cut that piece off, as the instructions say. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this part wherever I just set it, somewhere over here. Oh, this piece right here. We get this piece put on the truck and move along. Probably try to get a little bit of the front end put back together tonight and make some progress. So I'm gonna put that piece on and I'll pick Karen back up after that. Okay, just went through, put that piece on, I put Loctite. Everything that I put on now, I'm going to put Loctite on, and I'd rather deal with getting them off harder later, because I'm gonna pull everything back apart in a couple months to get powder. But go ahead, put this bracket on, this bracket, which this is that one, and also that piece right there. So I'm gonna get those two put on, and we'll start getting this lifted back up into place. Okay, so we got everything with the front diff back together, the wiring harness plugged back in, drive shaft back hooked up, front and rear cross members up, and what else did I put in? All the extensions for the front diff. So now we'll go ahead, get the little brackets so the torsion bars stay at the same height all the way up here. They're not drop down into these adapters here. They go to the original lowers, and then keeps the torsion bar up and it's not all dropped all the way down, or it does not have to be lowered at all. So go ahead, get those lowers back on with those pieces, and I'll pick Karen back up after that. It kind of sucks I don't have my GoPro right now, so it's hard to record, but I wish I would have brought it. Would have made this process a whole lot better. Front's on, lowers are on with their new brackets and everything. All the skid plates are on, and those can all get tightened. So that's the only thing that's tightened, and all these bolts are tightened for the bracket for the diff and the diff to the bracket. All that's tight. All the brackets, skid plates and everything are tight, and everything else is loose still per the instructions and everything else. So next thing the instruction says is knuckles. So we're gonna go ahead, get the driver and passenger side knuckle put on and bolt into the upper and the lower. All right, hubs are on, or knuckles, knuckles are bolt on, torque down to what they're supposed to be. I just went through, cut this dust shield, the other one on the passenger side also. So go ahead and get both hubs on now, and then I will rerun the ABS wire. Goes on this side now and comes down over instead of going around and over, so give it a little bit more length. Okay, the way it's sitting right now, caliper, everything's back on except for the shocks, the torsion bars, and the tie rod ends on both sides. It's 1:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna leave it like this for now, for tonight. I'll get torsion bars put back in, shocks, end links also. But all that won't take too long, because on my keys I need to put a little piece, this little blocker, not blocker, but a little extension piece somewhere over here. No, not that. This right here. This goes on the block, or on the key, to help adjust like how it sits or whatever. It smooths the pin over, or where the bolt comes through, so it stays kind of centered. The bolt stays centered where the little dip is at. But I'm gonna go outside right now, take a shower, be back out in the morning, get the whole front wrapped up, get the wheels put back on, tighten everything that needs to be tightened, and start working on the back. Probably get the back finished, maybe not. I got somewhere to be tomorrow afternoon, so we'll do as much as I can for the time I got, and then we'll go from there. The back will be a whole lot easier, just blocks, new U-bolts, take a little bit of stuff down so there's more room to travel. And that's about it for the back. So I'll pick Karen back up first thing in the morning. So I went through, put this sway bar, or not sway bar, both torsion bars are in. The other side's almost complete. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the shock in and put the sway bar end link in right here. And then this will all be finished up. We'll have to get an alignment on the truck because it's gonna be all off. But I am keeping my 2-inch lift keys in. So these are a little bit thicker than the original keys. So it comes with a little sleeve that you're supposed to put on here to adjust where this hole is at. But with these keys, this is already pushed out a little bit, so that little piece right there, I do not need to use those. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side up. All right, so the whole front end is done. Kind of skipped ahead a little bit because I never done this. First time I ever put a lift kit on like this, but it's all on. We'll have the front brakes. The only thing I need to do from the front now is alignment. So I'll do a slight alignment on my own, a little redneck alignment. Get the wheel straight so we go to the alignment shop. But I'll end up doing the alignment probably tomorrow or the next day. Today's Sunday, actually Super Bowl Sunday. So I'll do an alignment tomorrow or Tuesday after I do the rear blocks, shackles, which are all in this box here. Or not shackles, U-bolts and blocks, whatever little extra parts. And basically, I bought a lift kit, or I bought a pack of stickers, got a lift kit for how many stickers these people gave me. I got like 20 stickers with all this lift kit, but we'll look back here. I'll end up having to pull a couple brake lines and the emergency cable, take the bolt off so they can all droop down a little bit to have a little more travel when it's lifted. And then when we're done, the back will probably be sitting about an inch lower than the front. I can turn the keys down for the front. So they're turned up pretty far, probably like another inch to go up, but we'll figure that out once we put the back in and see how level it is. All right, I'm back. I got my GoPro now, so it makes it a little bit easier. We're gonna go ahead, start getting the rear lift put on the truck. Hopefully get the front aligned tonight. So that's the way it sits right now. Almost the entire front's done except for the alignment, or my form of doing an alignment just to make it drive straight for now. Then I'll actually get a real alignment so my tires aren't getting all messed up. But get the back jacked up, get it on jack stands, and we'll start taking it apart to get those blocks in. All right, we got everything loose that's supposed to be loose. Get the wheels off, emergency brake line loose from there, and also up there a little bit. ABS wire, brake lines up here, little bolt are loose. So now go through, loosen the U-bolts on the passenger side, drop it down, get the block put in there. Same thing to the driver's side. All right, everything on the back is back together. I don't know if I'm supposed to rehook these bolt back for this brake lines here, but I couldn't even let the suspension get to full droop without the jack limiting out on the bottom. So we're just leave those as is. I can always go ahead and put that bolt in back in later. With all that being put back together, we're gonna get the rear wheels put back in the truck and torque down the U-bolts to, I think, 150 or something like that. So we'll get the wheels put on, torque those back down, and get this alignment done on the front. So the rear is completely done now. All we gotta do on the front is do a little bit of redneck alignment. I went in the truck, made sure the steering wheel is perfectly straight. You can see this wheel, sorry about that. This wheel's turned out just a little bit. The front is poking out just a little bit. And this one also, because the tire rods used to bolt from the bottom, now they bolt from the top, and that makes them just a little bit longer, pushing the wheel out. So I'm gonna find my string line. I'll tie a string line to a block on this side, block on that side. We'll measure from the tire over till they're both perfectly straight and the steering wheel is straight. So I'll do that off camera because it's kind of a pain, but I'll get that done real quick and then she should be ready to move around. All right, I just started the truck, let it warm up for a second. The batteries did die one time, so leaving the rock lights on as work lights, but charged batteries are just fine. Go ahead and get the red truck pulled out of here and see if we can make it out the garage. This is a huge test, because if not, then she's gonna sit here and do some more work to her. We're not gonna be driving for a while until that stuff's fixed or finished, and then we'll air the tires down a little bit to get out the garage and I'll have to park outside. But get this red truck out here and we'll see how close she is to making it out the garage door. Before I measured 3 inches, I'm thinking I lifted about 2.5 more inches. So we'll find out right now how close it really is. She barely fits. Got to push the garage door up just to get it inside the garage. So it's not super tall, but it's tall enough for that. All right, you see it barely makes it in and out of the garage, but it does. So that's good enough. And we still need to go put the rest of the rock lights on. And I do have to fix a rock light on the front of the truck also. But I'm gonna go inside, eat some food right now because I'm hungry. And we'll come back out either tonight or we'll come back out tomorrow. Get all the tools cleaned up and start doing the rock lights. I gotta fix the one in the front, run them all down the center to get rid of all the shadows. And I finally have all the bolts that I need. And I tested one earlier to make sure it's the right one again. Hold on, let's pull them all apart here. They're all stuck in the magnet. So, got the right bolt I need again. So we'll be able to put all the lights back together, move along with the light parts of this truck, and got something really cool for the interior after we get all the rock lights and everything else done. It's actually in that box over there. I talked about it probably like 3-4 months ago already, but we are gonna get it put in this truck finally. Probably won't be the next video after this one, but probably 2 or 3 videos after this. But I'll pick the camera back up today or tomorrow. We'll get the rock lights finished up on the truck and we'll wrap this video up after that. All right, so the plan was to get the rock lights done tonight, but I just got off work at 6 o'clock, hour drive home, 7 right now. So I might start messing with some. I think I'm for sure gonna fix this one in the front, put a magnet on it. So that one's done, and I just got the ones in the center. But first things first, get all these tools cleaned up. Everything, all the tools, extra parts over there, over here, all this. I already swept the ground over here because tomorrow I'm gonna leave my truck with my dad and I'm gonna drive his truck back home. And he's gonna bring it Saturday morning for me to go get the alignment. Because I live like 45 minutes from the alignment shop. He lives like 10 minutes. So he'll be able to drop it off, pick it up Saturday because they're only open 7 to 12. And I got an appointment at 7 o'clock. So he's gonna take care of that for me. And I'll work on the room video, probably see after this video, I believe. But that's me the plan. So we'll get this one rock light at least fixed, or we'll mess with them. But I'm gonna go eat some food first. We'll come back out here and we'll start getting all this stuff cleaned up and try to get something done around here. All right, we got most of the stuff cleaned up. tools are all clean. At least there's just still parts laying around. I put the floor mats back in the truck. Didn't show you guys this, but I just kind of did this for shits and giggles, but it's kind of funny. Kind of more funny than I thought. It looks kind of cool, so I put a 6-inch tractor flap on there. Now I'm gonna try to polish out, not tonight obviously, but eventually try to polish that out and then leave it on the tip. My tip's already destroyed, so I don't care if it gets scratched anymore. The tip is already rusty because I left rubber on it for forever and never cleaned it or anything. So it's long gone. But the truck is looking really good. I'm gonna drive it to work tomorrow morning. And then on my lunch, I'm gonna grease the front end. And then if we get alignment Saturday morning. So tomorrow morning will be the first time we'll be driving it with the lift kit all on. So a little sketchy, but here's what it is. Gotta do what we gotta do. So wrapped it up for tonight. Put the new, not renew, but well, it is a new rock light because I can't find the old one I cut off. But got the other rock light back on, so the front's done. And then we just got the center to do to get rid of that shadow and everything because kind of looks stupid. So we got all that to get rid of, which not that big of a deal. We'll be able to do that no problem because I got a bunch of magnets and the rest of the rock lights. So just go down each side, set them down the center, then it'd be just fill all the gaps in. It'll kind of get rid of this little shadowing too a little bit. It's because these rock lights that are here are so far tucked up. And I did that on purpose because I didn't want to see them. I don't want you to be able to see them at all. The only rock lights you'll be able to see are the fender wells. That's how I plan that, knowingly that they're not going to shine or give that much more of a pattern out, but it's all good. I'd rather have it this way than you see rock lights every little bit. Like on the red truck, you could see them far enough away you could see them because they're not that tucked up. But that's going to wrap it up for tonight. We'll have to finish this video begin next week when we get back working on the truck. Because other days I'm not working on the truck, I'm working on the house. As you see, a little series that's going on. The whole bedroom, bathroom, laundry room deal. A lot of work, especially for the first time doing all that. But so I'm mixing between working on the truck and the garage and working on the house. So pick the camera back up in a couple days and we'll knock these rock lights out and wrap this video up after that. All right, so my nose is a little clogged up right now, but we are going to finish these rock lights. I got them all made. I think there's 10 of them right there. So I think we'll do probably 4 and 4 going on each side down the center. And then probably put 2 more back here, probably right behind the axle or something, to get rid of all the shadows. We'll turn the lights on right now so we can see what we're working with. All right. So we got quite a bit of shadow down there to get rid of. So we'll line 8 down the center. It'll probably put, I have more than 10. I have 16 of them. But I think I only have 10 magnets or something. I thought I had more, but I'll have to find them if I do. They'll magnet more in the back, but we'll for sure get those 10 put on and spread them out so they get no more shadows. All right, it is looking a whole lot better. There's one shadow under there, and it's right under the axle, right under the pumpkin. So I'll have to figure something out, get maybe one going sideways, but you can see I have one light here and one the other way facing forward to get rid of those shadows. And I believe it's these ones right here. These are facing kind of backwards but down all at the same time, and then there's one in the center on the side of the tank, one a little bit before the axle in the center, one behind the axle in the center also, 2 more right here, and 2 more right here. So that worked out pretty well. So I'll go ahead, I'll go through, I'll count them all now, see how many we really have, because I kind of forgot how many we really do. So I'll count them right now, and I think I might go ahead and put my tip on right now too. We're gonna see how much work I want to get done. If not, we'll be wrapping the video up after this. All right, so I just went through counting them. As I count right now, there's 45. 4 in each wheel well, 5 on each side, 11 in the center, 3 in the front, 3 in the grill, 4 in the back. So I think that's right. But count 45 lights. And once I repaint all my axle and everything and get whatever I'm gonna get powder coated in the next 2 months, it's gonna come together, look a whole lot better. The clip is falling out. Hammer that thing in, but This thing looks a whole lot better with the lift, with all the rock lights done. And I think I'm gonna go ahead, throw that TSO tip on tomorrow or something, just for shits and giggles, see what it's looking like. Because I could just pull my one pipe out in the back and it'll bolt on there perfectly. And once I drill the holes, and if I want to put my elbow back on with the little flapper deal, it'll be just fine. But I can pull this whole piece off here and it could bolt right up there. And then I also think I might end up polishing the whole exhaust out. But we'll see how far that ends up going. But for now, this is how the truck's gonna sit till probably next week. And we get some stuff done on the inside. But thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.